Throw it in the towel, then you're back and sin. We need the Holy Spirit, please let the chaplain in. Here at the front door, chilling with a childish grin. We can now begin. Now the truth be told, we're riding on the light to let the youth get old. And following the one that will soothe your soul and take your bad situation and improve your role to release your flow. It's a long stretch to loosen all the nooses from the baby's necks. And tell the young ladies they should save the sex. And tell the young guys not to break their neck for the place of sex, but get the paycheck. And real women really don't play that. A wise lesson learned really, really way back. I used to okay that. The Lord saved me, Jack, from a life of whack. Come on.
Into the black light, into the madness.
Oh,
yeah. Into the black light, into the madness. You're into
yeah.
the black
You might want to start paying attention on this next verse.
You into the black light,
Just give me your attention for a minute. Damn. Come on. We from the same cut, but playing different positions. A top secret message got the president's attention. Do what you do, just make the good folk listen. And trust me, yo, it's not about who you kissing. There is a plan to see you chewed up and shit out. The devil's burning red from the fire that we spit out. We on to get up, the hell with that down low. Cherish the gift of the wisdom that we found, yo. Still on the mission with the daily agenda. Your head's been cloudy, so I doubt you to remember that I walk with the king of kings besides me. Just like the root in India, I read. I volunteer, know the Lord didn't hire me. It is the spirit that inspired me. Water of life to show the chief where the fiery. We have no time for those that be acting grimy.
Yeah, I get it.
You see the light now? Boy, I've been talking to y'all for a while. You see, you thought this was for like some type of game. Man, revolution. Yeah. When you free your mind, your ass will follow. That's for real. And some of y'all locked up so bad, don't nobody have to put chains on you. Hell, you chain yourself down mentally, spiritually. Come on, free your mind, dude. You a king. Free your mind, chick. You a queen. Let me get something with some feel to it, some funk to it. Come on. I think I like that. Can we get some heavy drums in there? More like Caribbean, so Caribbean. Yeah. Yes, bounce to this. I'm just a black man, title, yo, you give me that. I like them imports, never push the Cadillac. And what you figure, Mr. Man, while you're kicking back with sick plans to get you stacked, making chickens fat. You know you into that, chilling with your timber cat. Intoxicated to the point, past sinful acts. Be very nimble, Jack, or Jill will get a water back. And have your heart broke just like a heart attack. Look where your power at, no, not the idle cats. It's deeper than tats and hurricanes and old maps. The spirit flows, so my folks throw daps. Meant for the wise as well as the spoiled rats. So you can fold up or either you can fold back. I hold no judgment over those that have chose crack. Terror over habit that has been proven to hold back. With God on your side, you can get your soul back. Yeah, we need some 3 parts on this, man. Yes, sir. I can't carry my boys that chorus. Come on, line up. Yo, we need y'all 3-part harmony on this. I don't know how you gonna work it out, but work it out. Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? No. Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? To the room, you feel a certain doom. You might lose your hearing from the sonic boom. Out of the mouth is a sword and I'm taking you out. You try to stop me and I'm faking you out. Man, I wish I had an apprentice to build this work. Collaborate on synthesis. And I hope you remember this. Keep your enemy near you. far away, keep those that are dear to you. I hate beer, but I used to drink the brew heavily until the little habit turned deadly. I used to have a bud every day and all week, intoxicated to the point where I couldn't hardly speak. So do the knowledge, that means hold your head, let the past stay dead, and keep a level head, and don't be misled. Remember most of what I said, I'm hot like times in a rock, but you got us hot from working on the block.
By the end of the night, how deep this music is. What does it rob the man to gain the world and lose your soul? Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What does it rob the man to gain the world and lose your soul?
Mike's handed, I'm speaking candid. Understand this is the way that the masses demand it. I have wisdom, but God planned it. General media banned it. I blow flows on beaches and make you wonder where the sand went. The Taliban spent more times in design to destroy cities. My rhymes inspire minds. I'm known as Big Papa, but I ain't your daddy yet. But I could be your bro if you could get the concept. There be many that stand whenever I rip, but it's devastation whenever I rip. I spit flows that hit like mouth on tits, straight legit. You fake rappers need to understand that felonies, gunfights and drugs don't make a true MC. And I will do more than talk this talk. I will defiantly walk this walk. There's no need to spaz. Your nose bleeding while I'm beating your ass. You in the cesspool.
Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What does it rob the man to gain the world and lose his soul? Hope you can see by the end of the night how deep this music is. What does it rob?
Ancient Chinese secret now. Yes. Did you not pay attention in your history class, partner? Wake up. Yes, sir. Partner, wake up. Yes, sir. Partner, wake up, son. It is written that there's nothing new under the sun, nothing new. And that the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So take your position. Don't you know you are part of that scripture, yo? Yo, you've been getting in the way and what you knock you down. Yes, but we gon' bring the light, yeah. A Max B production, baby. You know what it is. Listen, I'm known to tell you to fight back. There's no need to sell crack just to live fat. Why don't black superstars simply give back when they know it's a struggle just to live black? Can you picture that, Mr. Aristocrat? I'm coming from the bottom, rising to the top, and conscious is the tone on the CDs I drop. I won't flip-flop like a black bass, but I will put a message in the song before I hook your ass. See, we first class living, worse than slaves of the earlier days, and we adapted the ways of the slave master. I stand upon it, the very rock which put your people in bondage just to get 100. The big face kind, and it don't matter if it's making people lose their freaking mind. That's why I'm speaking mine, hopefully to change yours, to pull you out of these streets from these drugs and strange whores. Huh. Is anybody there? Is there love out there? Is anybody care? Is there love out there? It's like we died inside, no longer having pride. We'll still provide a new skill to hide. And like the red tide, go and get our heads dyed. Rebel against the laws in the cities we reside. Sleep the circumstance, though our eyes open wide. Fail to coexist, let alone coincide. Eat chicken many ways, but prefer it fried. Like your man on death row when his relatives cried. It's death a mistake because somebody lied. And we can only pray that Christ is by his side. Convicted on the statement implied with no proof. Now will the warden cry that he killed another youth? I truly doubt it, that's why we stay in the booth. Just cause it ain't enough, we should demand and show proof. And if they overlook our voices, then we raise the roof. Which one of y'all do?
What the goal of the billionaire class is to remake the world as is a digital simulation, really, to digitalize, to steal life. It is an anti-life program. It's moving from carbon-based life to silicon-based life to a digital twin of the world that they can control and is disconnected from spirit.
I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself clearly, creating a new day. The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Monsters don't sleep under your bed. They sleep inside your head. And if you haven't done the shadow work, you're left behind is where you stay. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the street. We gotta protect plus homeschool. Our babies is of us. They not just no moms, but also no pops. Spola, worshiping pedophiles. Wanna feed out children's spirits of robots. Turn all of us from carbon-based to silicone-based. Should be where the shit show stops. Get back to doing for ourselves. Water system, irrigation, and grow crops. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to work with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. I'm saying I'm not some master teacher. No, am I some pastor or preacher? Was released to represent with this passion to speak up. After doing 25 years in the beast cups. Realize they tried to teach us spiritual, mental, physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets.
We're really approaching almost like it's a Frankenstein moment. And they're framing it to us as, innovation, right? We should all be so excited that this is happening. And, I equate it to like the golem, bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail, not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
And my music, and a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising, the oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So the only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who can have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender.
Jay, Lewis and Sharon, Max V, Snoo. What's up, baby? Start here in a minute. I think y'all don't like this one. I'm deactivating Facebook today. Everything. Getting rid of everything. Everything. Next is Instagram. Deactivate. Messenger shortly.
I'm ill. Of all citizens who haven't took a stand or kneels too late when the cats get pills. Don't believe it till you see it type. Going hits close to home, you gotta act the bone when it got the dome. When it's on the song, all red of my mission to fight. It's killing big kills whenever I write. From above, I've been given the right. So you better be ready to ride tonight. On the way to the grounded light. We gon' let him off, so gon' pass the kite. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a gimme, gimme, gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like, if you taught that from school, everywhere, big business. You want to be successful, you want to be like Trump. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Push, push, push,
What
push.
example?
Step, step, step. Crush, crush, crush. That's how it all is. It's like
Yeah,
nobody ever
good
stop.
example. Yeah, what's happening, man? I ain't gonna wait for no 20 minutes. I wasn't even counting because you know I don't really recognize time. Yeah, I was feeling a little weird last night. I didn't come on to read. Wasn't what I ate. My body's reacting. Now there could be something going on. I don't give it no issue. You see, I'm drinking chlorophyll, my greens, and some fruits. I went and helped neighbor move the heavy stuff over into their home, which is not that far. I know a lot of people around there. Mario stays right beside him. He's a Hindu, but he's Christian, and he enjoys listening to me share worldly information. And he's surprised. He's like, "Holy snap!" But I didn't even bother to ask, "How'd you end up over here so quickly?" And da 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 da. The African, the da da da. These certain Chinese, certain ones who aren't moving, even though we know who owns this. To which I don't care. I didn't even ask that, you know. So I'm gonna share some information because I really wanted to come on and read because I wanted to keep it going. But I still feel a little weird. Somebody said something. I was like, man, shut up. Your energy's so negative. Don't you ever make no statement or comment to me. Just don't ever. And says, as a matter of fact, don't even think it. I appreciate that for your sake. So he was like, my bad, Red. And I was like, you see that word right there? And Chickasaw, that's apologies. First, I wanted to bring up some things because I'm still seeing these idiots on Facebook with this out of Africa wabbos. And these are the individuals who got burnt because a couple of ignoramuses, maybe feds, went after his wife. And some of you know, some of you come over here and watch me, you follow him, see you actually comment because you find negative what he's saying, but you don't see the pain and suffrage. You don't see how some of those Negroes in these liberal states, you know, who have a YouTube following and everything else, go and press things, especially that nigga over in California who let me help my California brothers out. Y'all ain't tough, bro. Just stop it. You know, when they was making y'all out because it was for, you know, school to fucking prison with that goofy ass gangster music, when we created a paradigm of something to explore and express to stop the death and murder. So you punk ass niggas need to listen up. You've been manipulated even from secret societies of the Jews running around in police uniforms, pulling hits on you like the old story of the hoplites who will go out when they're training and murder the indigenous people of the land, not realizing the story was talking about right here with you funky niggas. That's just to shut you niggas in California the fuck up. I'm tired of y'all. For those of you who got it together, I appreciate you. For the rest of the motherfuckers, your work is cut out. Because you don't like how it ends. Y'all in the sea, I can't even say what the fuck's going to happen to y'all if you don't get your shit together. I've seen what happens to everybody. Even me. But I know what happens to me. So, that's different. I keep seeing these doofy niggas keep doing this shit. They don't have no real knowledge, but people listen to them because they sit there copy paste like they really wrote some shit. And then most of y'all will buy into it without actually researching it. Copy the shit and go see what you pull up on the internet. All right, so you can stop the little goofies from doing what they're doing. It's like niggas scoring is worse than an old woman who don't had dementia, to which, like I stated, didn't happen until 1977. And that's facts. Remember I said about this fake ass Holocaust? But the reality of it, more people died around the world than right there. Did you never hear these fake ass Jews talk about King Leopold in Africa, which was different tribes and stuff? I don't like calling the place Africa. I don't like calling it Africa at all, but that's what they going by because, you know, you can change things right in front of everybody and motherfuckers accept it. No motherfucking Negro, they're not Negroes. No black motherfucker are, that's what they call themselves now, I don't know why. But nobody over there was calling themselves Africans, goddamn it, in the 1800s. The enemy that's creating all this shit are the ones, the converts. These are the motherfuckers that are being used. They're nothing mechanified. But that shows you how stupid they are. Okay? These are the very motherfuckers when they call the identity thieves. The desert devils. The ones that would go murder, cannibalize, rape the children, make new babies, are abusive to them as well. Okay? And then suck up the identity and instill themselves in positions. Women would go and sleep with men and poison the whole fucking family. The troughs, the wells. You think this is a game and a joke. When it was peace, they were able to succeed at doing this. And then they turn around, the gypsies call themselves fucking Jews. It's funny how all these people convert and they have no goddamn real identity. A lot of you light skins in America, you the downfall of this country. Nobody else with your fake white superiority, fake identity crisis, to which most motherfuckers are waking, not all, most motherfuckers who are relevant are waking up and realizing it's true. You know, they talk about Benjamin Banneker. Benjamin Banneker created the clock, right? The big clock, you know, the one like you see in England, the one over here. They couldn't wait to destroy the three that were here. Maybe it was more, right? With the big bells. Invented that. But they want you to believe that this little goofy motherfucker named Peter Henlin in the 1500s invented the hand clock. Now they tell you that in French invented the fucking camera 1739 or whatever the fuck. Well, let me help you out. If that's the case, if this motherfucker died in August 1542, but he was born in 1485 and invented the stopwatch, which that's not how it worked. They got a picture of this motherfucker. Now, these motherfuckers lie so much that they can't even divvy up being factual and actual. But they can control the narrative and manipulate things as if it's going to be beneficial. Now, I'm not really doing nothing. I haven't started to do anything. Is the Nephilim real? If you want to use that fucking fake-ass term Nephilim, of course they real, and there's plenty of them still alive. You just haven't seen them motherfuckers yet. Don't worry. You'll see them, you ignoramuses. I mean, look at it. Look at it like this. No, it's facts. The motherfuckers that call themselves Jews, Zionists, are gypsies. All the original Arabs, the original hybridized. Right now, they're trying to create a race, what they can subjugate. Okay? This, what they call Afro or non-Afro, Eurasian Negroid. I'm serious. All these passport bros and these dumbass sisters sleeping with all these motherfuckers. You have... I'm not saying there's no true ignatic, you know, real love. What I'm saying is y'all really don't get it. In the normalcy of things, there's always the perversion that's happening and taking place. But I know y'all know everything. Just like the goofy niggas in New York who's running around now. Oh, you gotta have some, everybody's mixed. No, they're the ones pushing that goofy shit because it's another part of the time and comes. I'm part German, yes, but I know who the Germans were that married into my family. You know, a lot of y'all say Europe. How do you actually pronounce Europe? And y'all know how to pronounce it? I had a motherfucking nigga try and tell me what word it was and what wasn't. I looked at him and I says, I'm not even gonna give you no references or sources. If that's where you stand, good. With your fake ass self. I'm not here to debate and argue with a motherfucker. Balance is gonna be had. There's no way the fuck around it. And it won't be their balance. This shit is all imbalance. This motherfucker didn't invent shit. Another one of they fraudulent ass, we're gonna create white supremacy. We used to sing the song, London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Do you know why they were singing that? Because they wanted to bring it down. Up until not too long ago, before most of you were born, there was still the fucking buildings and cities that sat on London Bridge that they were destroying, because that's what we ended up going to hold ourselves to fight off the enemy once the Star Force started falling. In the 1800s. It was like a bloodletting to kill our people all over the fucking world. Yes, the Judean Atlantean, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And it was these gypsies pushing the shit. Now you had the older ones that could just blend right in. But the mental, the mindset, that's what the fuck y'all don't pay attention to. Where the heart stood, this process of thinking, how it equated things. Even wanting to give up the spirit, the pain and suffering of all the things lost and gone. Going through the Rolodeck of memory, recalling shit, dampening or hardening, tearing. But y'all think you know everything. You still want to follow. I see y'all still following these motherfuckers. You're still paying attention to them. You're giving time in the day. You're giving them your fucking energy. These frauds. They're probably Moors. Anybody talk about they came over the motherfucking ice bridge and shit, like all that goofy ass shit, which is bullshit. You follow them at your own motherfucking, you're stupid. Bottom line. Now let's go back. So as we know, this is Tartarian. For those who don't know, we'll just use that Atlantean. Peckerwoods, you don't have the knowledge to create shit like that back then. That's all the fuck I'm gonna say on that note. Benjamin Banneker invented America's first motherfucking big ass clock, wooden, and it lasted and worked for 40 fucking years. No, I just know that because I've studied all the inventors. It's not there, so. All right, it lasted for 40 goddamn years, like the eagle. These motherfuckers think they can kill their way, murder their way to an answer. These are some dumb motherfuckers. And even them things are dumb as fuck. They dumber than you. They just don't know it yet. Excuse me. We always hear these niggas come talking about the eclipse. Right? Always hear these niggas. I know y'all follow some of these niggas. How about the guy with the dread talking about I drink water and nah. And be careful, the blood moon and I'm gonna go out here and play with these police officers and blah blah policy enforcers and blah blah blah. Y'all follow these motherfuckers because you think they're really doing something. They don't know shit. They go on with folklore, made up shit that has nothing to do with the narrative today because most of you motherfuckers ain't walking in your truth. And you know this is actually one. Okay? So I had to drop that one off to give you the last four. We're going to look at May 1984. Researchers at the Yerkes Primate Research Center in Atlanta, Georgia, observed a group of captive chimpanzees react to an annular, you know what that means, right? Annular, not anal, motherfucker, annular solar eclipse in a remarkable way. As the sky darkened and temperatures dropped, solitary females, solitary, you know what that means, right? Females and females with infants climbed to the top of a structure in their enclosure. As the eclipse progressed, more chimpanzees joined them, turning their bodies and faces toward the sun and moon. One juvenile even stood upright and gestured in the direction of the sun. The group remained in the open compound throughout the eclipse and didn't go inside. When it started to get brighter again at 12:25 hours, that's 1225 hours, the chimpanzees climbed down from the structure and returned to their normal behaviors. Well, that's 1984. I remember that. What I wanted to extrapolate on, so NASA, I don't want to get into that bullshit. Title: The solar eclipse observed by Clavius. Fake ass motherfucker. Anyway. Let me get it right. By Clavius in 1567 AD. Added on dumb days, right? Added on days. Oh, that's what I call it. I'm going to go right to it. To part 2. Well, we can read this part. The careful description of the solar eclipse of added days of 1567, because it would be 567 actually, by Clavius is used to derive limits to the Earth's rotational clock era. It still has error, and as most know, when I read Flanlandis, you realize that all of it's bullshit. Between 145 and 165 seconds at this date. This result provides an important link between the at-time curve, as deduced from ancient and medieval eclipse observation, and it's where it travels, and that obtained from telescope data. Were they using the Lucifer Observatory? They better change that name. Over here in Arizona, no. It wasn't even built on the mound. Clavius, the observational record and its interpretation. Clavius, the 2 eclipse observations are recorded consecutively in his commentary. Now, we talked about 1984. Let's pay attention. Commentary on a textbook by Englishman named Johannes de Sacrobosco. Englishman with a goddamn Portuguese fucking name, or Spanish, as you would say. Sacrobosco, yes. John of Hollywood. John of Hollywood, which didn't exist. We're talking magic here. We're casting a spell. Pay attention. No, this is some real shit, y'all. This is, remember, words are spells. But the key is unlocking and knowing it. Who died at Paris in 1256. That's funny, Paris. The Eiffel Tower, Chile, which is actually Peru, 1800s. Supposedly they built a leg or something there for the Statue of Liberty, which is a lie. They brought war there, created Chile between Bolivia and Peru, and made the melanated people there after they subjugated and killed the older people and the black men who fought on the Star Fort that became a place for trade. I'm just inserting this, don't mind. Okay, it's history, right? And then started building these fake churches to subjugate people to the false religions that they were already incurring on the people as they conquered the lands. And that's why I told you the Vatican, the fake-ass black and gray pope or white pope, created Islam and Christianity, but you motherfuckers don't want to hear me. And not too long ago. So, now let's get back into this solar eclipse shit. Tell them to leave me the fuck alone. Was the first European writer, Paris in 1256, Sacrobosco, was the first European, which that's not even how you pronounce it, writer in the Middle Ages to give an account of the Ptolemaic system of planetary motions. We all know that's bullshit. I can pull it up right now. I actually highlighted it in the book and put a piece of part so I can read it to you. But this is what we're going to read. We're going to stay here. Okay, so you get the gist of what I'm sharing. His textbook entitled De Sphera was still widely used in the time of Clavius. The account of the eclipse by Clavius may be translated as follows. I shall cite 2 remarkable eclipses of the sun, which happened in my own time and thus not long ago. One of these I observed about midday at Coimbra in Lusitania, Portugal, in the year 1559, in which the moon was placed between my sight and the sun, with the result that it covered the whole sun for a considerable length of time. There was darkness in some manner greater than night, neither could one see where one stepped. Stars appeared in the sky, And marvelously behold, the birds fell down from the sky to the ground in terror of such horrid darkness. That don't even make no goddamn sense. But do you see how they manipulate messages and information? Yet the truth of what happened at that time, they did literally fall. I believe ravens, not crows, or whatever you call those things, the other ones. The other I saw at Rome in the year 1567, also about midday, in which, although the moon was placed between my sight and the sun, it did not obscure the whole sun as previously, but a thing which perhaps never before occurred at any other time. Once established a fake time, saying something that maybe happened a million times, never he saw once, to have ownership. A certain narrow circle was left on the sun. You know what that is, the lunar. Surrounding the whole of the moon on all sides, in spirum, Ionis de Sacro Bosco Communitatis, page 508 in that book. These same eclipses seem to have attracted little attention among contemporary astronomers, apart from Clavius himself, although he recorded only the year of which observation. Very large solar observations are sufficiently rare at any one place. And there are other writings at certain times where it showed the chimpanzees and even gorillas stand upright and face these things, things in the waters, running up on the beach like the sonars which man-made. You know what I'm saying? At times, because it was what you call an interference that had to happen. Because that's why I'm saying everything is based upon frequency. The sun and the moon are the same size. They ain't out in some kind of fake ass space. And when they cross, there is a disruption depending on which way you're facing. So if somebody's sitting over here and they just get a half moon, whoop the fucking do. You know what I'm saying? Or a quarter moon. But there's still some effect because all these things are set in motion. These things have a natural order. You know what I'm saying? Why is it that every time you see clouds, not talking about the man-made shit, and you look at them and you see the rain is off to your right, and when you look at the clouds, you see they have a flat bottom. Why do they have a flat bottom? What are they sitting upon? I'm only asking because I know this. I already know what fake ass science says. I just want to know, what do you know? I want to add one more thing before I read this book. You know there was a movement, right? National Agricultural Library.gov, okay? April 12, 2022. Species profile: screwworms. Parasites that kills livestock and wildlife, particularly cattle. Why are they still dumping these flies over Panama? I know what they said. They went out and made this. First of all, there's nothing natural about these. These are man-made. But they went out and they made these flies, these male flies that couldn't procreate. So that they would go and make love with the females, and that's how they eradicated them, so-called, in America, to which they started in Texas, but that's what they state. You got to look at when it happened, 1933. What was going on in 1933 in the banks and everything after the recession and the gold standard? And has anybody ever paid attention to what these bastards do? Just like right now with all the burning of the cattle, the chicken, the pigs, and everything else. Why does the Chinese have to have control over the pigs? Why is Mexico growing our avocados, Haas? Why is California growing all our fruits and vegetables? When the fuck did that start? How is it y'all still running around giving energy talking about Bill Gates owns farmland he can never fucking own? Why are y'all not having these conversations and holding this information as if it's something that has to be platonic? You have to have a deeper understanding? You have to beat the fucking side of the wall to get this information in your head? So, in next month, supposedly, is when they start actually, this is what they say, putting the vegetables and shit out there that has the vaccine in it. Like, who the fuck said they could do that? No, because you niggas is pathetic. You'll become the bitches and confusion that they have fucking made you. I hope another little peckerwood, a little young knucklehead who's gonna die soon, come on here and say some dumb shit like yesterday. Is this another black? Call me black in my face, and I'll. And besides the fact you're probably gonna start having nightmares. Now you can respond if you're here watching, and I'll remove it, or I'll fuck you and I'll leave it. So, I want y'all to steady up on screwworms to the day of inauguration, the capitulants, and why are they still dumping them out of airplanes in certain places where livestock is plenty fucking full. These fucking gypsies. These fake motherfuckers running around with fake names. I don't care if they call themselves Spanish or whatever the fuck they call themselves. Know the difference from the real motherfuckers to the frauds who are in positions of so-called fake-ass power that you motherfuckers keep bowing your head to because they got a bunch of narcissistic dumbasses who have no idea what's really waiting them in the end. Now, the next motherfucker put a gold angle on my shit. This motherfucker won't make it to the weekend. Now, I want to go ahead and read The Power of Now, a guide to spiritual enlightenment. I want to rehash this. I want to give it again because there are new subscribers. Okay, Jay Davis, we are on a fixed plane. I have questions. Is it possible to email you? Sharon Wilson's line straight. Exactly. They can't even keep the line straight. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Jay? It's good to have you up in here. Everybody, Snoo, what's up, mama? You like when I did the voice? You know I speak a few languages. It's possible to email you. You don't have to email me nothing. Trust me. You can send me music. With Cashapp, with books, if you want. There's nothing you can email me, though. Let's go ahead and read this. The Power of Now, Guide to Spiritual Enlightenment. You know how I'm about the word spirit, soul, and all that other shit. I know you're not there, so I have to be mindful. Patience, I don't fucking have. Though I am patience, I don't have it. But this is by Eckhart Tolle. I'm going to go ahead and read this again. I hope you all listen. You are not your mind. The greatest obstacle to enlightenment. What is that? I find this to be a very formal print, a plan, easily laid out. But I want you to listen to the story, okay? Oh, Mac, what's going on, beloved? A beggar had, I read this before, I'm going to read it again. I might read it a few more times. A beggar had been sitting by the side of a road for over 30 years. One day, 30 years, key words. One day a stranger walked by. Spare me some change, mumbled the beggar, mechanically holding out his baseball cap. I have nothing to give you, said the stranger. Then he asked, what's that you are sitting on, sir? The beggar replied, nothing. Just an old box, he replied. I have been sitting on it for as long as I can remember. Roughly 30 years. Ever looked inside? The stranger asked. No, said the beggar. What's the point? There's nothing in there but old stale thoughts of mine and so forth, and curry, rotted and molded. No, add that in. Have a look inside, young man. Beggar. Insisted the stranger. The beggar managed to pry open the lid. With astonishment, disbelief, and elation, he saw that the box was filled with gold. I am that stranger who has nothing to give you and who is telling you to look inside. Not inside any box, as in the parable, but somewhere even closer, inside yourself. But I am not a beggar. I can hear you say, those who have not found their true wealth, which is the radiant joy of being and the deep, unshakable peace that comes with it, are beggars. You're always looking outside. So that means you're looking for something other than you. Or even attempting to hide from pains that aren't yours, you honor. Even if they have great material wealth. for validation, security, or love, while they have a treasure within that not only includes all those things, but is infinitely greater than anything the world can offer. You just know nothing about it. So you're empty, speaking with rattled minds and broken hearts, thumping words as if you're saying something. To me, these are not words. So I would bequeath you to start thinking, actually fucking thinking, thumbing through your Rolodex, getting a fucking headache, and taking a fucking break. That means fast from your stupidity. The word enlightenment conjures up the idea, well, that's magical anyway, that's what it means. Conjures up, no it doesn't, the idea of some superhuman accomplishment. And the ego likes to keep it that way. It's destructive. But it is simply your natural state of felt oneness with being. You deserve it, but you also seek it, and in ignorance, because nobody's around to assist you by giving you a parable or a story to guide you to look, instead of being all opulent, all outside yourself, the great I am, while you're running around the fucking lost individual of nothing. But it is simply a natural state of felt oneness with being. It is a state of connectedness with something immeasurable, unimmeasurable, and indestructible. Something that almost paradoxically is essentially you, and yet is much greater than you. It does not depart or demote you. It's that you haven't stepped into it to know otherwise. It is finding your true nature beyond name and form. You are more than your fucking name, which you are not your name. Just as time is only perceived based on how you've been scripted into it. That means written in. Stop paying attention to fucking this fake ass time. Man, then maybe you'll stop eluding yourself and your cowards, your fears. It is finding your true nature beyond name and form, the inability to feel. This connectedness gives rise to the illusion of separation. Doesn't time create the void? A place of hearkening on to losing a job? Being there? What's that we always say? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'm punctual. What the fuck for? Don't you exist in your time? The inability to feel this connectedness gives rise to the illusion of separation from yourself and from the world around you. You then perceive yourself consciously or unconsciously, majority of the time y'all know, as an isolated fragment, all divided and separated. Oh, the gypsy's done a good fucking job. Fear arises and conflict within and without become the norm. Well, most gypsies speak Roman, right? Which is kind of like a Portuguese or Yiddish. But everybody knows everything. Listen. Just take it in. All right, just take it in. See how we are? Me and you had that conversation a few times. Just take it the fuck in. Ask a question, but nothing. No need to comment. I know some of you feel like you have to equate it to something. Just listen to what I said, it real slow. Even a little embarkment of acting, just to give you a little thing. Actually fucking listen. It's right there. That's it. Don't worry, this stuff is pink highlight. All this stuff is highlighted. Y'all know me, man. I get in these books, man. I get to highlight and mark and all. I got stuff in here I haven't even tapped on that I've been highlighting and marking. I just wanted to read that one again because it seems like a lot of people are still outside them fucking selves and they're talking to me like they think they know who the fuck I am, like they can say anything. No, I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to tell you to shut the fuck up. I'm going to tell you mind your manners and fucking listen. I'm not some goofy ass fake school teacher misguiding you and teaching you some bullshit. I'm not here for that. I'm here to say, you, it's all in you. Stop looking outside of yourself thinking I need to hear something from you. I don't need to hear a goddamn thing from you. Oh, they're messing with the live? Oh, they're messing with the live, really? Okay, cool. When did it start? Jay, when did it start? Not as I was stating. Put a 1 up if I'm okay. I'm no rush. Let me hit the oil thing too. Because you know how they are, they're dumb. Hit the 1, please. Chlorophyll. Works like bentonite clay, fermented soy. You'd be surprised. Oh, I've got to take about 2-day break from meat. So I'm going to be doing chlorophyll and cucumbers and shit like that. But the meat's not the problem. I have to see something. Thank you, Delusions, Olmec, Sharon. Thank you. Now, what I was stating, again, so I can be clear. What I do in this book, with these books, is so you can fucking listen. I want you to listen. I want you to research it out. I show you the books, so there's the source. I reference it, the information. I can give you the page if you need. And then I speak from a place of knowing, not guesstimating, not fiction and some fractions of disposable bullshit. I see things different from everybody. So that would mean most people really want to listen. Now those who think they know everything, I welcome them too. Am I frustrated? I don't have any feelings or emotions, people. You would think this is automated. What I am, I'm deeply rooted in myself to know exactly what the fuck I'm saying. So I'm very concise, very to the fucking point. Okay? And most people have a hard time with that because they walk around in the midst of lies, the apertures of indecency and everything else that comes with it. All the fucking luggage and the garbage. Now I want to read this from the Sacred Secretion. This word, this is going to crack y'all up. You're going to, for those of you who have been paying attention, you're going to get this. You're going to be like, holy shit. This is gonna blow your fucking mind. Okay, now we want this one. What the hell? Okay, there we go. Okay. Have any of y'all, how many of y'all ever taken oxycodone or Oxycontin? So you are aware oxycodone, the same as Oxycontin, cotton, right? Oxycodone is marked as alone as Oxycontin in 10, 20, 40, and 80 milligram extended release tablets and other immediate release capsules like 5 milligram OxyLR, right? It is also marketed in combination products with aspirin such as Percodan, Percocets, Percodan, and all that stuff, or acetaminophen such as Rosicin, right? Why am I saying this? All those last thing I read, you'll be fun. It'd bequeath you, and you would be wise to go and study the origin of them. Why am I saying this? Well, I'm going to read something out of the science of the sacred secretions. Very important that you understand. In order to undo something, you first have to pervert everything. Then you can introduce the synthetic shit that nobody's meant to absorb or utilize, which creates this euphoria and then this detriment of needing it because it destroys the natural. So what would be the natural? Well, if you're sitting there stuck on this bullshit ass oxycodone, or marketed as Oxycontin, right, and all the other shit, and acetaminophen, codone, and extended release to make sure you get it long. You know that the actual thing, which actually is based on a hormone, would be oxytocin. Oxytocin, or toxin, is TOCIN, is known as the love chemical. When oxytocin levels are increased, a person experiences an elevated feeling of love and of life, a real eternal bonding that is structured in a way that hasn't been recognized nor answered, but something that is natural. Love of life, love for others, and connectedness. It is oxytocin, I'm going to pronounce it like that enables us to trust God and bond with family and social groups. So that means love one another. Its nurturing properties earn it the title as the mother hormone. That's important. Why? That's why it's so important keeping that baby hooked up to that damn sack until that sack dries the fuck out, so these bastards can't take it and extract the shit to make stem cells and everything and make these old dying motherfuckers. Anyway, higher levels of oxytocin adhere to the physical felt feeling of oneness with other souls. A lot of you know nothing about it because you're not. As we move along the ascension ladder, mind you, recent studies have also shown that this hormone is not only produced in the brain, but in the heart as well. Why am I reading that? Because you motherfuckers think you're natural. You still want to say love. You're still, and you're not listening. So you're still stuck in the stratosphere of bullshit, not knowing that they have created synthetic forms. And the only reason why they created it, because if you look at when they created this and before that with pain and everything else, there was natural remedies. I asked y'all about a plant yesterday. What is the natural goddamn aspirin? What is its effects and side effects compared to so-called aspirin of today? Remember, aspirin was created out of what? Petroleum. One of the first things. But nobody wants to listen to me talk about Theodore Albert Herzl, this gypsy, this hybridized, bastardized leper in the mind, like all the rest of them. Y'all never seen them in their little, when they teach these little Jews over there in Palestine, which they call, when they call it over, you ever see how they teach them when they eat? They say whoever's the strongest gets the most. No, they literally do this. What did I tell you about the Cornet? The secret oath. No, none of you know nothing about. Even after I read it, you still running around in these motherfuckers with this goofy nigga out of Chicago talking about King David. King David. Don't even know what the fuck or who King David is or was. You can see that my patience is wearing thin. I'm ready to leave, y'all. Like, here are some oxytocin functions. Childbirth. Oxytocin, the real shit, stimulates uterine contractions and increases the production of prostaglandins, which also cause contractions. It's released into the bloodstream during childbirth and sexual activity. Synthetic oxycodone is also used in obstetrics to introduce or continue labor, control bleeding and delivery, and stimulate breastfeeding. Oxytocin, excuse me. Okay, that's what I mean. Oxycodone does the opposite. It destroys your mammaries. It fucks up where you poisoning your breast milk. It fucks up the babies. You might not have another one. You think I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about? Yo, Curmio, what's up, huh? What's going on, beloved? Pura vida. Well, I'm not down in Costa Rica, but you know what I mean, beloved. Indigo Turtle. I can't find it. The willow tree. Myrtle. There are things out there that you could literally chew in your mouth and put in the stream, put on a cut, if you needed to keep bleeding, swallow, and they keep you from having this fucking agonizing pain. Just like taking a goddamn Hass avocado, the Hass avocado where they really grow, washing off the skin and chopping that up and putting it with anywhere between 87 and 99% of grain alcohol, soak it for a motherfucking whole day to 48 hours, and you rub that on you. That's why I got some right now I had to make, and it'll make the tendinitis, all that shit go away. That's why I have to get back into the natural way, even with all the perversions of everything they're doing. And y'all still choosing not to come together. One thing I say about me attempting to bring all of y'all together is that I ain't doing it under some... See, y'all need some Fed shit. Y'all need to listen to the enemy to bring you the fuck together. Well, obviously you ain't listening to them because they doing everything to make you come together, but you stupid motherfuckers ain't even attempting to come together. That's why you motherfuckers need to get exactly what the fuck you got coming. Now I'm signing off. And I'll be back in a few hours if I feel better to read. Had enough of this shit. Y'all keep listening to these dumb motherfuckers falling people with your head up their ass. I'm sitting here giving you all the shit you need. Fuck all that. Pass if you don't know how to utilize it. You don't even want to see what the fuck is in you. What kind of fear shit is that? Now I can go back to the other side in a heartbeat. They'd fucking love that. You motherfuckers don't know shit. Now I can easily go right back to the other side. I'm not tempted. It's easy. You know why I like this book? Because there ain't no fucking pictures in it. Do you know what I like about books without pictures? It means that you have to employ yourself. You have to allow yourself to acclimate, identify after you acquire it, and then recognize shit. That means you got to walk a little bit. That means you got to put on some new motherfucking socks and drawers, niggas. That means you got to get out there in the sunlight. And the next motherfucker that asks me, why is your name Lucifer? I'm going to shit in your mouth while you sleep. See y'all later. Get it the fuck together.